Some people will go to great lengths to impress others, but Machine Gun Kelly really went overboard when trying to impress Megan Fox early on. While appearing on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Coulson wore a shirt with Megan's face on it from her film Jennifer's Body. He also spoke about this very painful stunt that he decided to pull off to impress Megan. Not to mention it also happened around him doing a ton of other very embarrassing things. Fallon recalled a story told previously on the show by Pete Davidson, who said that MGK actually fell off the stage at SNL after trying to grab onto him. Then in a match against Post Malone in a game of beer pong, he thought he would be extra and impress the crowd with his intro, so he slid down this banister that had a giant spike at the end of it, except instead of being graceful, he took a bit of a tumble and bruised his butt. He goes on to say, "This was also right when I started to date Megan. It was a bad night. I won the beer pong match, I went home." However, his desire to impress Megan didn't stop there. Once getting home, his next trick to impress her ended up going horribly wrong. Machine Gun Kelly goes on to say, "Travis Barker got me this. He got me a knife that had an engravement from the new album on it. And I was like, check this out. This is sick." And I threw it up and it stuck in my hand. He apparently was so captivated with Megan while he was doing this that he accidentally ended up injuring himself pretty badly. He goes on to say, "You know how you throw it up and you're supposed to catch it? I looked at her and I was like, check this out," he said before miming the knife sticking into the side of his hand and him grimacing in pain. Coulson went on to say that he tried his best to play it off, but then added, "And then the next morning, as soon as she left, I was like, yo, I need stitches real quick. I've got a bruised coccyx and a knife in my hand." Megan and Coulson began their relationship in 2020 following Megan's breakup with Brian Austin Green. A source close to the couple says that their intense romance has only gotten more serious and they believe that a proposal is likely to be on the horizon. The source adds, "They're very in love and beyond obsessed with each other. They are ready to take this next step in their relationship." Aside from gushing over Megan Fox, MGK also revealed that he will be going by his real name, Coulson Baker, more often. Despite being known as Machine Gun Kelly since he was 15 years old, he said that working with the name Coulson has allowed him more opportunities. And I mean, I guess Machine Gun Kelly isn't exactly a Disney-friendly name, nor one that they would care to associate themselves with either. He also announced that he will be putting out his next album called Born with Horns at some point in 2022. And he's been delving into more pop-punk type music after Eminem's diss track pretty much made him change genres, but in all honesty, I feel that he's better suited for this. I'm also shocked that Jimmy didn't ask him more questions about Kim and Pete, because before they started seeing each other, Pete and Coulson were already good friends. So now, picture that group hanging out. You've got MGK and Megan Fox, Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian, and now joined by Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. I mean, what? How could you not think that the simulation is broken right now? On top of his new music coming out, Coulson also announced that he's going to be starring in a Western drama called The Last Son alongside Sam Worthington. Megan Fox is shocking fans after discussing her relationship with Machine Gun Kelly and posing naked for a photo shoot with him. The couple engaged in an array of provocative positions for the GQ cover shoot, while Megan claimed that the first time they met, their spiritual guides were luring them away from each other. Slowly but surely, Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly have been morphing into Hollywood's hottest new power couple. In recent months, they have managed to continuously be in headlines, from what they wore at events to altercations on the red carpet. They're pulling out all of the stops. After many rumors of them hanging out last year, they confirmed the relationship by overtly demonstrating their affection for one another on the red carpet and on other social media pages. For many, this celebrity pairing came as a bit of a shock, but now fans have some insight into how their romance began. The pair got to know each other properly while on the set of Midnight in the Switchgrass, but had been briefly introduced to each other actually at a GQ party in LA just a few years before that. However, both Fox and Kelly can't remember actually seeing each other at that party. Megan tells GQ, "We weren't supposed to run into each other that night, so our souls, our spirit guides, were luring us away from each other because you literally had no face, like that thing from Spirited Away. It is hard to see his face in general, but really he had no face that night." With Machine Gun Kelly adding, "Even our first kiss, she wouldn't kiss me. We just put our lips right in front of each other and breathed each other's breath, and then she just left." In the photo shoot that accompanied this interview, Megan poses naked with a gun holster covering her up, while she kneels beside MGK, who is just in a black blazer and wearing thigh-high leather boots. You know, love them or hate them, if you remove yourself from thinking about them as celebrities, they do both seem to believe the other person has saved them in some sense, which I guess is a good thing. With Megan referring to their relationship in a very spiritual way, and MGK saying that he had previously lost the will to live until meeting her. He then says, quote, "It hurts my soul that I wasted 30 years of my life not having any desire. Dude, I was down to die. I was good. I was like, alright, got music out there, that'll hold me down. You know, my daughter is the best extension of me and she's going to be better than I am, and I've seen some so I'm good to go. Megan also said that at the time she started to hang out with Coulson more, she was open to love but didn't anticipate walking right into her soulmate like that. She went on to say that meeting MGK was like meeting her soul's own reflection, and then noted that the relationship is very intense, adding, "It's ecstasy and agony for sure. I don't want people to think anything's perfect with us. I didn't say it was the darkest fairy tale for no reason. There's also the demonic side," which is sort of giving an explanation to the one photo where she has a gun in his crotch, I guess. I mean, many people on social media were so baffled by the photo shoot and interview that Megan began trending on Twitter as a result. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox could not stop with the PDA during the 2021 MTV Video Music Awards on Sunday. The couple arrived holding hands on the red carpet at the Brooklyn Barclays Center, only to continue getting handsy as they posed for photographers. Megan Fox also pulled up in an all-sheer dress over a nude corset bra along with a sparkling thong. What also caught a lot of people's attention, though, was the fact that she was wearing a diamond ring on her left hand, like the wedding one. It kind of sparked a lot of engagement rumors, but those have since been debunked. People immediately assumed that they got engaged because of this, but MGK's management team said that they were not engaged, so I guess that settles that. And now right away, that seems like a weird shot at a publicity stunt, and correct me if I'm wrong though in those comments down below. For MGK though, he showed up rocking a glimmering red Dolce & Gabbana suit, and he glued some jewels to his face. Weird flex, but okay. Entertainment Tonight's Rachel Smith also did an interview with the couple on the red carpet, and things took a weird turn. Smith was asking them about how they decided on their looks for the show, and here's what Megan said. He was like, "You're gonna be naked tonight," Fox joked, pointing to her rocker boyfriend. "I was like, whatever you say, daddy." Fox also said she's so proud of Kelly for all he's accomplished, adding he's the most talented boy in the world. In addition to that, Megan made it clear with reporters that after appearing in the music video for his song Bloody Valentine, she now wants to be the only woman in all of his music videos. She said, and I quote, "He's not allowed to have other hoes in his music videos," adding, "It's the queen, no one." Megan came to the show to present an award while MGK was there to perform his song Paper Cuts with Travis Barker, as well as taking home the award for Best Alternative Video. He's alternative now because Eminem's follow-up diss track made him, rethink his entire life and genre in music. I joke because it's not like he isn't doing well. And this celebrity couple knows exactly how to get the spotlights on them. I wouldn't even be surprised if MGK didn't somehow set up the whole McGregor incident. To give you better context, back in May when the couple attended the Billboard Music Awards together, they made a ton of headlines because Kelly had painted his tongue black, and Megan Fox once again wore something that shocked a lot of people. During an interview with GQ, MGK told them about that show and said, "You know what the dream was? It was exactly what happened to me this weekend, which was to go to an award show, shut down the carpet, go on stage, and accept an award." I saw a British GQ article that came out this morning that basically was like, despite the fact that BTS was there, The Weeknd was there, Drake was there, the talk of the show was us. So I think they have a lot of intention behind all of this PDA. Now normally when you go to the bathroom you want some privacy, but for this couple they really just invited cameras in with them as they stole the show again. E! News first reported that MGK, Megan Fox, Travis Barker, and Kourtney Kardashian were all up on each other in the men's room, captioning the pic with, "This photo has us tongue-tied right before the hashtag Met Gala." This comes after the reason you clicked on this video, but I thought it was also worth mentioning, considering the fact that when Megan and Kourtney went to introduce their respective partners, they said, "I'm a huge fan of this next performer. I've watched him grow, and not just as an artist, but also as a person," followed by Kourtney, who said, "I'm a fan too, and I think his drummer is super hot." E! News reports that Megan then delivered the moment that made viewers' jaws drop when she added, "New York, I need you to get extra loud for our future baby daddies, Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker." Now, the pair were clearly joking in that moment, but it probably wouldn't be a shock to anyone to know that they've actually discussed starting their own families. A source told several media outlets in July that Kourtney and Travis have spoken about marriage and are reportedly in it for the long haul. Meanwhile, MGK and Megan Fox had the rumor mill spinning after showing up with what appeared to be an engagement ring, which then later turned out to be false. Both women have 3 children, with Megan sharing her young boys with her ex-husband Brian Austin Green, and Kourtney sharing her daughter and sons with her former partner Scott Disick. Megan and MGK's relationship started back in spring of 2020 after they met on the set of the thriller movie called Midnights in the Switchgrass. Switchgrass. While Courtney and Travis took their relationship public on Valentine's Day this year, though the two had been friends for years prior. The performance from MGK and Travis Barker that night was just wild as well. MGK began by lying down on a raised pit of gravel while wearing a mask of blood-red thorns around his face. He then rose up holding his pale pink electric guitar and began singing the song Paper Cuts. Travis Barker was positioned slightly behind him but is faced off to the side, and he sported his usual shirtless attire to show off his abundance of tattoos. MGK even made a reference to Kanye West in his song, who was rumored to be making a surprise appearance but did not actually show up. I mean, maybe that's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing if you're Taylor Swift. In the song he says, "Y'all saying that I switched genres, I saw a goal and I went further. I'm a genius, could've made Donda, but this song is for my dead father," which references Kanye's recent album about his late mother, as well as mentioning Kelly's own departed father. He then ended his performance by just smashing his guitar to bits. As many of you know, prior to all of this performing though, the evening took a dramatic turn when Coulson almost got himself into a fistfight with Conor McGregor. The reports coming out are still saying that Conor asked MGK for a photo, but then was pushed away by security, with Megan even putting herself actually in between the two of them to stop the fighting from happening.
It's official. Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green have ended their 10-year-long marriage. Brian announced the split on his podcast on Monday. Then, right after the breakup announcement, Machine Gun Kelly dropped his new music video for Bloody Valentine, starring none other than Megan Fox, leading many to believe that Megan Fox and Brian's relationship ended because Megan cheated. Rumor has it, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are an item. I just flicked myself in the face. They were photographed together picking up takeout from a restaurant in Calabasas on May 15th. Reports that Megan and Brian's relationship was on the rocks started to surface in April. For one, they weren't quarantining together. I love how it's like, well, they're not quarantining together, they must be breaking up. But it's true though. You definitely wouldn't want to quarantine with somebody that you want to break up with, that's for sure. Megan also shared a photo of herself on social media with the caption, "Eventually butterflies get bored sitting on a flower for too long. They start feeling smothered. It's a great big world and they want to experience it." Brian then confirmed that they split on May 18th on his podcast. Then while the world was just like getting up to speed on the fact that they were breaking up, Machine Gun Kelly dropped his steamy music video for Bloody Valentine featuring Megan Fox. And yeah, it was a little bit 50 Shades of Grey going on in there. The two clearly had chemistry. And honestly, it's really great to see Megan Fox embrace her sex symbol vibes again. That part of herself she hasn't really shown the world since she's been married. It's been a while. Megan and Machine Gun Kelly reportedly got close while shooting the film Midnight in the Switchgrass. Brian said on his podcast that when she left to shoot a film, she came back and she seemed distant. She reportedly told him, "I realized while I was out of the country working alone that I feel more like myself and I liked myself better during that experience, and I think that might be something worth trying for me." This has led many to believe that the reason why Megan left Brian was because she cheated. If this was the reason, then it definitely wouldn't be the first time that she cheated. Shia LaBeouf, her Transformers co-star, admitted that they cheated while Megan was engaged to Brian Green. Shia said in an interview at the time, "Look, you're on the set for 6 months with someone who's rooting to be attracted to you, and you're rooting to be attracted to them. I never understood the separation of work and life in that situation, but the time I spent with Megan was our own thing, and I think you can see that chemistry on screen." When asked to elaborate, Shia LaBeouf specified that it was likely around 12 times that they were together. Insiders told US Weekly that Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox have been hooking up. But as far as Brian is aware, they're just friends. He said on his podcast, "I've never met him, but Megan and I talked about him and they're friends at this point. And from what she's expressed, he's a really just nice, genuine guy. I trust her judgment. She's always had really good judgment." In response to the cheating rumors, Brian also said this, "I don't want people to think that they are villains or I was a victim in any way with any of this, because I wasn't. This isn't something new for us. This is something new for people to experience and hear about in the press. But it's not new for us." Brian and Megan are still technically married and they haven't filed for divorce yet. According to Brian, they've been separated for a long time, but they're only now coming clean about it to the public.